Alright, a bit of a brutal stretch. You knew about that stretch a few days ago. I did get sleep one night pretty good. And then was going to last night. And then when I got off at Orleans, the guy who runs the room at PH texted me, told me I was allowed to go in to Planet Hollywood on my day off. So I did it. Wound up getting down to 2 tables at a pretty good time. And I was the third to last dealer. So the 2 dealers who showed up after me, both locked in. You know, they dealt without breaks for the rest of the night, or at least till it got down to 1 table. Don't know how long that lasted, but so I was out, was able to get back here and sleep for about 3.5 hours. Good enough to get me through this Orleans shift coming up. Also good that just no limit today. No 4 p.m. tournament, which there usually is. An 11 a.m. tournament, no limit. And then the next tournament's at 6 p.m., also no limit. Don't know how many entries that's going to get. I'm actually hoping the wave of dealers who come in at 6 p.m., there's enough of them to cover the 6 p.m. tournament and take out all the 11 a.m. dealers. By that time, registration on the 11 a.m. should be closed. I think the 11 a.m.'s normally, the late registration ends at like 6:15. So by then, tables only going down in the early tournament, and hopefully not there that long after 6. New schedule, I'm at PH at 10, so hopefully I can come back, get a couple hours sleep, and then go to PH. Also good that it's Friday. They've been putting a lot of midnight and 1 a.m. dealers on. Not a lot, but more than usual, and I don't think it'll be crazy late for me at Planet Hollywood. So I think around 5-6 a.m. I'll be able to go to sleep, and my next responsibility is this will be 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Saturday. I'll be back here. I'll be able to go to sleep, and I'm just gonna have to tell Herbs and Rye there's just about no chance I make it to that lunch at noon because I need to sleep like all day. But yeah, been a little out of it, a little sloppy. I feel like I'm not really making any more mistakes than usual while I've been dealing and this tired, but I don't know. It's just like when I put drag the chips into the pot, it's like not as clean of a motion when I like put the burn card down. I don't know, it's just like a little off. Maybe the players might not even be able to tell, but I could definitely tell on my own. Reminds me of when I started playing in home games early in my life, shortly after Moneymaker. Always felt like I knew the physical tells I was giving off, whether other people were noticing them, but I was like noticing things I would do when I was bluffing. I was noticing things I was doing when I was very strong. It's like, man, I wish I could figure out these tells on everybody else because I could figure them out on my own very easily. I'm like, I could tell the things that are different while I'm this tired, and a little out of it right now, just like trying to think about the things I wanted to say in this video. So yeah, hopefully I make it. Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be some EDR, an EDR centric video. Got some nice pictures. Been waiting. I missed, you know, PH, all Caesars properties, they go on this like 8-day rotation. In theory, it's an 8-day rotation, so you never always miss something. If they went on a 7-day rotation for the foods they put out in the EDR, well, if you don't work on Mondays, you would always miss the thing that comes out on Mondays. I thought the burgers were not going to come back until like, I don't know, Thursday next week, and I was off, or they switched it up. Because last night, on that night, I wasn't even supposed to be there. Oh, that was it. I think that was it. I wasn't planning on seeing them this week. Yeah, my brain is just off. I wasn't planning on seeing him this week. I wasn't supposed to be at PH yesterday, Wednesday. I didn't know till like 3 hours before I was there. That's why I saw the burgers. All right, burger, hot dog, chicken tender day. That's my favorite day. And there was also another great hot food day at Orleans recently. Got some pictures. So I think that's gonna be tomorrow. People have been asking about some EDR foods, so stay tuned for that. And I am gonna get dressed and head out. And yeah, hopefully make it through Orleans and still be awake. And like there were a couple times last night at Planet Hollywood I was worried I was going to fall asleep between hands. Didn't happen, but I was actually worried about that. And so 3.5 hours now, just waking up. I should be able to get through Orleans, and then hopefully like 2 hours of sleep before PH, and hopefully I'm back here at like 5 a.m. and I can sleep for as long as I need to. All right, I'm back from Orleans. Pretty tired. Pretty sure the tournament registration's still open, by the way, but pretty sure it like beat the guarantee easily. Just not like really hectic, not a crazy amount of late registering players coming in. So even though registration's open, they're breaking tables when they have enough seats open on other tables. So I am out. Actually had the option to stay, and Floor seemed surprised when I said I would take the option to go. But I need to get some sleep. So I was there about 5 hours. Catwoman was there. I was actually minutes away from dealing her table right at the end. Like my second to last hand on table 40 was happening as table 41 was breaking. So if that table stayed together like another 5 minutes, I would have pushed to table 40 and I would have dealt the last few hands until it broke. But didn't work out. Other shout outs the other day, a guy in the LA County hat. I was trying to think of unique characteristics to give people shout outs. That guy. Also Kevin wearing the Hendon Mob clothes. You know, at first I just saw on his hat it said THM. I didn't know Hendon Mob was making clothes, so I was wondering what it stood for, and I was wondering, is this something like normal I just don't know about, or is it something like creepy and weird? I don't know. And then on his sweatshirt it said the Hendon Mob, so they're making clothes, and he was wearing a lot of them. Yeah, no more shout outs I can remember right now. I really need to go to sleep. Want to point out that this is one bed, this is the other. I'm using the 2-bed system. This one is the dirty bed. This one is clean. Ideally, before I go to sleep, shower and I'm clean and I go to sleep and it's great. There are times I'm so tired, as soon as I walk in I need to go to sleep. Don't have time for that. So I don't want to soil the nice clean bed in cases like that. So ideally 2 beds, and I could use the 2-bed system. Last reservation at Harrah's, I only had 1, couldn't do that. So despite being ridiculously tired sometimes, come back, shower anyway, even though I'm about like falling asleep, and then get to bed, because I don't mind on like the last day of a reservation. Really don't want to do it like the first day of a 10-day reservation, lay down and like be dirty from the day. So using the 2-bed system right now, and yeah, I don't know, I'll think of something to put into this video, because I mean it has been up to this point like delirious dealing. I wonder if people could tell. You know, sometimes I say something that makes no sense. Like I remember last night in Planet Hollywood dealing cash, instead of saying how many players, sometimes I say how many dollars are in the pot, because I need to be thinking of that for like rake and promo purposes, but I say the wrong thing. So it's like, you know, the small blind folds and then 4 other people put in 10 bucks each, and instead of saying 4 players and just knowing in my head, well, there's $41, so while they're acting on the flop, let's get the promo and the rate correct, I'll say like 41 players, and then I'll notice, correct myself. Things like that happen. Yeah, delirious mistakes. The other day I said I saw the hands, just said the wrong thing. It was one player was winning the low and 2 players were chopping the high in a split pot game, and I said the opposite. I said like winner of the high, and then I pointed to the 2 other chip stacks and said like splitting the low. I got it backwards. There was an instance in a Planet Hollywood nightly tournament. I had big blind didn't have enough for the big blind and the big blind ante, so we do it the player friendly way, big blind first, not ante first. And I knew that, and I said it, and still got it wrong. When I was doing the main pot and the side pot, I was doing it as if it were ante first, and good thing the 6 seat caught it right away, and it wasn't a big problem. But yeah, I'm like, some things are backwards and some weird things I'm saying, and sometimes it's taking me like an extra like second to like realize the action is complete or something like that, because I'm kind of out of it, but still solid. So it reminds me, there's a guy, He told me he dealt 24 hours in a row once, which I came close to that other day. Was it like 3 days ago when I dealt 11 hours at PH? Then 90 minutes later, I was in Orleans and dealt Orleans for like 10. But he said he dealt 24 hours in a row once. He dealt graveyard cash games. It was in Vegas during the WSOP time. And then, not the WSOP tournaments, but a smaller tournament series was going on. And like his boss said, like, you know, we could use you in this, you know, deal in these tournaments today. So he said, okay. So that was the second 8 hours. And then when that was done, there was like a surge in cash game tables. And they asked him to stay again. And he said, like, I mean, I'm literally falling asleep between hands. And I'm like so out of it. Like when I'm pitching cards, like I'm throwing cards off the table sometimes. But if you really need me to stay, I guess I will. And they said, yeah, we could use you. We have like a lot of long lists and we could use someone else dealing the cash games. So he dealt for 24 hours. Yeah, I got like 22. It wasn't straight through. Came back to my room briefly in the middle, kind of reset. I didn't get any sleep, but wish I would have been there when that guy. I don't think I've ever seen a dealer fall asleep between hands. Close. I feel like close. I wouldn't say like official sleep, but I feel like it's close though. All right, deliriousness and dealing poker, they go hand in hand like lamb and tuna fish. I think that's what Rob Schneider said in Big Daddy. Can't remember. It's been a while since I watched that movie. I really need to go to sleep though. And then after PH, no Orleans in the morning. So PH again, 24 hours later, and should be rested enough to make it through the weekend. And remember, rice is a spoon food.